This is Rashawn Myers, Main Event Sports Radio, coming to you live from Papa John's Cardinal Stadium after the Cardinals got a resounding 45-3 victory over the Samford Bulldogs. Haven, we talked a lot on the show yesterday about Louisville getting better. We knew that Louisville was going to win the game, but I think the way in which they won the game was pretty good.
Well, yeah, this was the dominant performance that we wanted to see from the Louisville Cardinals, especially going against such an overranked opponent they clearly were superior to. So this is the win they needed, and they got the win. It's important. Most important, not a star was born, but we got to see the future of the University of Louisville offense in Lamar Jackson.
At least for a game. But Coach Bob Petrino said that he thinks that Lamar Jackson is going to be the man from here on out. We'll see. I think that Lamar did some very good things tonight, almost 400, or actually he did have 400 yards of total offense, 192 yards rushing, another 212 yards passing, a dynamic performance from him. I like what I saw out of Lamar. Now, does that mean he's going to go out against NC State on the road next week and get it done? I think we have to wait and see on that, but at least for one night, Lamar Jackson did very good. I was very impressed with that. And we also got to see another guy who we've argued a lot about at quarterback, Reggie Bonifant, do a little. He was almost like Cordell Stewart out there tonight.
Actually, he played mostly running back as far as quarterback. You know, he did play a little quarterback. He went 2 for 3 for, I do believe, almost like 30-some-odd yards with 1 interception, 1 touchdown.
You know, you do have the stats in your hand right there. You
yes.
could actually tell everybody what he did out there.
Well, no, let's look and see here. Oh, there it is. We have Reggie Bonifant with the passing. He went 3 for 6, 62 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 sack, 1 pick.
Yeah, so I mean, Reggie did a little bit of passing. He did a lot at running back, which was a big surprise. He also caught the ball out of the backfield, and Coach Bobby Petrino said in his press conference that he feels like he can expand on that. He thinks that Reggie Bonifant can do a lot of things in this offense. I think that Reggie is a very good athlete. I'm surprised that Reggie's more in the role that I thought Lamar Jackson would have been in to start the season. So that was a bit of a surprise, but I think that Louisville is definitely better off when both of these guys are involved. Now, we didn't see Cal Bolin in this game, so Haven, it seems like this quarterback race is basically done from the way it looks like, at least for Cal Bolin and Will Gardner.
Well, according to Bobby Petrino, it's Lamar Jackson's show. We just looked at a press conference, and Bobby pretty much said it's Lamar's show. We will see Reggie Bonifant, like we did today, at running back, at wide receiver, maybe quarterbacking in the short yardage situations. But this is pretty much Lamar's team. And I will say this about Cal Bolin. I believe Cal Bolin is going to be the Wolf. And if you ever watch Pulp Fiction, the Wolf is the cleanup guy. He's the guy you call when everything is gone to pot and you need somebody out there to hurry up and score some points and to get you out of the hole. I think that's Cal's role as his team is to be the Wolf.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that Louisville has to find identity. I asked Coach Petrino in that press conference about finding an offensive rhythm, finding that identity. He said he really felt like he did a little bit of that as far as working on the passing game, especially in the second half with Lamar Jackson, as far as trying to establish some guys back, now healthy, in Cole Hucatini at tight end, get Keith Tobridge back as well at tight end. We saw T.C. Klussman at center, replacing Tobias Hughley, which I think was a very, very good move. He had also been apparently banged up, Coach Petrino reported. So I think we're seeing a lot. I think the offensive line did a lot better, and now that they're starting to get a little bit of momentum, heading into a very, very difficult game on the road at NC State in Raleigh, North Carolina, it's very important that this Louisville offense start to build a little bit of momentum.
Not only momentum, but they still need to run the ball. Now, granted, Lamar Jackson almost had 200 yards rushing, but the running backs themselves, I mean, he outrushed the entire running back core by himself. And that's something you can't have. You know, you got to get Radcliffe, L.J. Scott, Corbin Lamb showed up today. But those guys have to run. Louisville has to figure out how to run in between the tackles so they can get those short, tough yards that they will need on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, 3rd and 2, and etc. And we just didn't see that today. Even against Samford, they still had a hard time picking up the short yardage situation and running between the tackles.
I totally agree with you. I think that there's still a lot of places that need to be cleaned up. I think defensively, you've got to be excited about what you saw out there. The team was able to get off the field on third downs, which was something that plagued Louisville time and time again against Clemson. They were the Samford offense was only 3 of 11 on third downs, so that was a much better job by the defense. I think that you can continue to work on that. They did a good job of taking away and getting some interceptions. Tremaine Washington had 2 picks. He said the guys were very excited about finally getting a win. But I think clearly this is a building block, but at the same time, let's not kid ourselves. This is Samford, not Stanford, like I said. Samford. This is what you're supposed to do against a team like that. So now it's all about building momentum, and what comes down to probably the most important game of the season next week against NC State.
NC State's going to be a huge game. Cardinals lose that, they go to 1-4. Making a bowl game from this point on means you almost have to run the table, and against the talent they have and the teams have to go against next, that's going to be very difficult, especially with the offensive line that's still struggling, but there's hope on the horizon. And hopefully Lamar Jackson can keep running the ball, become a better passer, keep progressing as a passer, and if that happens, the Cardinals could be dangerous.
I totally agree with you, but you know what? Right now it's a wait and see. This is Rashawn Myers being joined with Haven Harrington out here. The Louisville Cardinals victorious for the first time this year, 45-3, knocking off the Samford Bulldogs. If you want to check out anything that you heard tonight, anything that Main Event Sports does, make sure you download the app. Just go to the Google Play Store or the iPhone App Store, download, search keyword Main Event Sports, and we'll get all your sports news, information, pictures, videos, blogs, and more. This is Rashawn Myers coming to you live from Papa John's Cardinal Stadium.